Like days, Bruni.
I think they're influencing people to buy clothes, buy makeup.
And use their discount code.
Yeah.
Guys, welcome to episode 1 of Talks in the Range. Obviously, I have to bring the lovely Bruni Lee back on my channel to have a nice conversation. Are you ready, Bruni?
Yes, sir.
This might pull a few people's strings. It might rattle a few people's cages, but you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. So just in case you don't know who Bruni Lee is, please, Bruni, just let the people know who you are.
I am a social media influencer, YouTuber, Instagrammer, all that good stuff, and a life coach.
You can go a little bit more deep in there.
I basically inspire women to love themselves and to value themselves and to have healthy self-esteem. I also talk about like relationships and stuff like that. So yeah,
that's what I want to hear. So we're gonna go and drive. We're gonna go and get a quick milkshake. Do you want a milkshake?
I don't drink milk. No, lactose intolerant, mate.
I swear all black people are lactose intolerant, you know.
It'll catch up to you soon. Trust me, it will. Trust me.
No, but we're gonna go for a little drive. As we go for the drive, we're gonna have a conversation about influencers, and we'll just be real as hell. Like, just say it how it is. Do not hold back, Bruni.
No filter.
No filter. So let me ask you a question then, Bruni. What do you think about influencers in 2020?
I feel like a lot of people hate the word influencer, and I don't personally understand why. I don't mind being called an influencer because I feel like I make a difference in people's lives. So I don't mind that word. However, I do feel like there's different kinds of influencers, but I also believe that there's content creators. I believe that there's people that create content, so like people that do like makeup or like videos, they like content creators. But then on the other hand, there's influencers who can also be like artists. They don't have to be like Instagrammers, but they can be like artists, people that are doing social work, that kind of thing. So like I feel like the term influencer is kind of wide, but if we're talking about influencer in the term of like what we do, I guess I think it's good. What was the question?
but this is the thing. I'm gonna just jump straight into it.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that call themselves influencers,
right?
But they're not really they're not really influencing people on the good side anyway. Right. Like yourself, your videos, you actually influence people, you influence women to just, to feel good, boost their confidence, motivation, just give them some form of knowledge that they probably didn't know before. You're influencing them. Now there's a lot of Instagrammers, I don't really like calling them influencers. Right. That actually, you know what? I think
they're content creators, but I also think they're influencing people to buy clothes, buy makeup,
and use their discount code.
Yeah.
We're all in a hustle, innit? We're all trying to make money. I get that, I really do. But I just feel like when you really go hard by calling yourself, oh yeah, I'm an influencer. Like, what are you? What are you really influencing? I don't get it.
But I think that's why a lot of influencers don't like the word influencer. So there needs to be a new word. But I think content creator sounds professional for one.
I'm one of them, to be honest with you. I hate when people call me an influencer.
Really?
Yeah, man, I hate it.
But why? Why is that?
Because I feel like it puts me in that category of all of those Instagrammers.
Oh, okay.
You get me?
Oh, right, yeah. Like, so, but that means that the word influencer has a negative connotation.
It does, and it shouldn't.
Yeah,
and it shouldn't.
And it's because those ones that aren't really Instagrammers have now coined the term influencer. Now, people that actually influence them, we feel embarrassed to actually say influencer, and I think that's what it is.
So what did we do to get around this? Because
you're an
influencer.
I'm an influencer. I think there needs to be a differentiation between, there needs differentiation or a new word. That's the only way around it, really. But let's talk about influencers as. Should we talk about influencing as what we do or the other side?
Me personally, I want to talk about the other influencers on the other side.
Okay, oh God.
I feel like we don't talk about that
Mr.
enough.
London wants to get shady.
No, do you know what do you know what it is? I just see it so much on social media, and it kind of annoys me because we're in the same field. Right. But we're both doing two different things. Yeah. You get me?
Yeah, I get it.
And I just feel like you shouldn't do that. Just call yourself something else. Like, don't call yourself an influencer and you're not influencing people. Right, the right way.
The right way. Okay, so are you talking about people that influence negatively? Like, I don't know, but I feel like with influencing, there's always an audience for that. Like, even if you're influencing people negatively, there's people that are gonna follow you
because of entertainment.
Yes, and so it's like, I think that's what gives influencers a bad name, because it's like anyone can be an influencer if you have a following.
But that's so sad though. Like, I'm so tired people say to me all the time, "Oh, you must love social media." I'm like, no, like, I don't.
No,
like, I
feel like we the ones that do social media the most. We hate it like the most.
Hate it.
Like I always say, if I wasn't an influencer, I wouldn't have social media. I'll be like living my life, living my best life
100%.
on a quiet one.
100%.
What do you feel like about like oversharing? People that overshare, but I feel like you share a lot.
I do,
but at the same time, I don't think you overshare. I think you have a good balance. I feel like you share what you want to share. So it's your fitness, your lifestyle with your son, and motivation.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
I would say there's a reason for every single thing
that you post.
I share. Yeah. So when some people come up to me and they're like, "Oh, I would never post my child on here because so and so forth." I understand that.
Yeah.
There are weirdos out there.
Really.
Like, I know that. But for me, what are you doing, man? I'm gonna try my best not to have road rage because I have really bad road rage.
Because your car's so damn big.
It wasn't even me, it was that little bastard.
Yeah,
so with what I share on social media, there's a reason for it. So with my son, a lot of people say, "Oh, you talk about you should bring up your son a lot," and there's a reason for it. I don't only have women on here, I also have men, and I have single fathers and fathers. So if anything, I'm just kind of motivating and just showing an example, like, this is, you know, I'm not in the best of situations, but this is it.
Right.
But one thing I don't do is I don't talk rubbish about my son's mother.
Okay.
I don't even like calling her baby mother because I just feel like, I don't know, that word is just...
It's negative.
Yeah, like baby mums.
But I feel like people have like now claimed it, like even women are like in relationships, they're like, "Oh yeah, my baby daddy."
Nah, that's dead. She can never call me baby father. You mad? My baby? Nah. No. But I agree with you in terms of, I just feel like certain people share a little bit too much.
Do you think?
Yes, a bit too much on social
like what?
media.
Oh! Expose them.
If I say too much,
you said it.
Like, I'll keep it 100. Like, there's certain people on social media, YouTube, Instagram, and I understand once you get attention, it feels good.
Yeah.
Like, okay, people are interested with what I have to say. But when you're talking about your favorite positions and how to do certain things like this, and your experience, I'm just like, come on, man.
No, it's too much.
Like,
TMI.
Come on. Do you know what I mean?
But I think it's like what you said, when you get attention for it, you keep doing more of it because you know that's what people want to see.
100%.
And I think that's the negative side of social media, because it actually rewards people for the negative behavior. And that's the real reason why it's like people will carry on doing it. If everybody was like, if everyone started dragging people that were doing something that you just like what you just said, I think they wouldn't do it. But it's because they get celebrated for it. So I feel like it's like catch-22 situation.
It is. Because even for myself, I'll keep it 100. I've had moments where I was like, man, like, do I need to like start doing like funny shit? Do I need to start making like
doing corny shit, mate? Ugh.
You get me? Yeah. Like, because for some reason there's people that have been doing it like probably the same amount of time or longer, and they're like, in terms of views and attention, and I'm like, wait, what? Then I step back and I'm like, no way. I'm giving a lot more value.
Right, so then let's talk about views, because if you're saying that and your views are really good, obviously we all have like our ups and downs kind of thing, but I feel like you get a lot of like engagement even on Instagram and on your YouTube. Like the views are like good. Like you have, most of your videos are like, not most of them, but some of your videos are like millions. Like people can't get that. But then you're saying that, you're thinking like, oh, maybe I should like switch it up because these people are getting this views. Like, how hard is it not to compare yourself on social media?
Hard. Like, I think that's one of the hardest things. But I would say recently, with how I've kind of been training my mindset and everything, it's completely different to... I used to just sit on Instagram and just scroll. I used to just scroll, and I'm like, why am I scrolling? Do you know what I mean? Even before I'm going to sleep, it was like a routine. I shower up, I freshen up, I get in bed, I'm on my phone. For like 45 minutes, I'm just on my phone, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram. And I'm like, come on, man, this isn't healthy, man. You know? So that kind of stopped me from comparing myself.
So then, but then because we post, like, I feel like we have to get a balance of like posting and scrolling. Like the what do you call it? The balance of like posting and then scrolling, because you'll post for like 1 second and then you'll scroll for the rest 45 minutes. Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what I always like do like a countdown. So I'll be like, okay, 5, 4. Did you go the wrong way? Oh snap!
Literally, when I went around the thing.
Oh, what is that like when you're like scrolling too much, and then you start seeing things like, and it's like it makes you feel bad. Like it makes you feel bad about yourself. Like I don't know what it is.
What do you mean?
As in, like you're scrolling. Because obviously, like I don't know who you follow, but most people that I follow are like people that are like in my my peers. Or if I go to explore page and I'll discover someone else that's quite new, and now like they're only on like less amount of followers than I have, but they've got like the same amount of engagement, and you start thinking like, who is this person? And it's like it's so unhealthy that you shouldn't even be looking at it like that. 100%. But I feel like if you see enough people that have that, then you just be like, okay. And then you just gotta, but then it takes away your own gratitude because you start underappreciating what you have.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, mate, that hit me hard.
Like people on YouTube, they may have like, let's say 300,000 subscribers, and they'll have a video that gets 20k, but maybe that their average is like 80k. And then they'll start saying, oh, my videos aren't doing so well, people are not watching my videos, but you have a whole 20,000 that are actually still watching your videos. And whenever they say that, I feel really bad for their followers, because they may feel like, well, I'm watching, why are you focused on the people that aren't watching? And then it's like, I'm not sure any of you guys have been to like the O2. The O2 seat 20,000 people. And I went there the other day and I was looking around and I was thinking, if 20k people watch my video, this is how many people that are actually watching my videos. But when you're online, it always just looks like numbers, isn't it? It's you don't actually realise, you that have like millions of views on some videos, I don't think you comprehend it, do you?
Nah,
you don't really like, that's wild.
Not at all. It's so crazy because when I just started YouTube and I was just getting into it, when I used to get like 1,000 views, I used to be like, raw, like imagine 1,000 people in a room. Yeah. And then now I'm probably getting like 20k and up. Yeah. I'm like, oh, it's not enough. Like, what am I doing? It's not enough. I'm like, why do I have this mindset? You get me? It's really bad. But that's because of social media. You're comparing yourself to other people. Yeah.
But I feel like the similarity between us is that we actually do it for impact. So if someone's like watches your video and they're like, oh my god, you just helped me, I've lost how much weight or whatever, or someone watches my video and they're like, oh my god, like this video is like transformed my thinking, the way I'm thinking about myself, like that you can't quantify with likes, with views. Do you know what I mean? So some people that watch other people's channels, not to compare or whatever, but they may laugh a little bit and then they'll go away and it's like, okay, what else? But if people watch our videos and then they're like, oh my god, this is actually really like inspired or helped me, that's like more than what you could even ask for. Do you know what I mean?
And even this, I need to just say this from here as well, like even in terms of, because you know there's always that one person that's like, oh, but, well, for me anyway, like, oh, but you're selling this and you're selling that. When I first started YouTube, I didn't bring out a workout program, my online coaching, until maybe 3.5 years into it. I wasn't selling anything. I was just doing videos, bringing value, and just videos. That's all I was doing. Where there's some people nowadays, the only reason why they want to get on Instagram or social media or be an influencer
is to sell something.
Exactly, to sell something, to do wig tutorials and get paid. I don't know how much you get paid for that, but
wig tutorials.
When you put on the wig and
okay.
Yeah, like that's all they wanna be an influencer for that, and that's it. They don't want to bring any value.
Now I'm thinking like, now I need to add more value, but on a more closer scale, and one that I can actually measure. When people watch your videos, they may message you and say thank you so much, but you can't really measure it. So now I actually want to work with people like more one-on-one or like in a smaller group kind of thing, and that's gonna have to be paid. So do people have a problem with you like charging?
I've had a couple people.
Say what?
I feel like...
But you give out so much free content.
Yeah, because they're just like, oh, I thought it was free. Or I'm like, online coaching is my job.
Yeah.
I don't do anything. YouTube pays, don't get me wrong, but they don't pay enough for me to be like, oh, I'm going on holiday here, or I'm going to buy this for my son. Like, they just about pay. You get me? So, online coaching is my job, so that's what I'm always pushing out, promoting. Yeah. And I'm also bringing value in transforming women's lives and stuff, you know?
You add but you give so much free content as well. That's why I will never understand. And I feel like I'm at a place where I've given enough free stuff that I'm at a place where I can actually charge people. And like, when you know it's giving people is value, why would you not want to pay. Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
So that's my thing that I'm afraid of, is that people get so accustomed to me giving out free content that when I'm like, okay, you got to pay now, they're like, but at the end of the day, you got your customers that pay. You got a lot of customers that pay, right? So it doesn't matter. There's always going to be that person that says,
always. I'm telling you. Always.
So how do you like deal with negativity online? Because I feel like there's always people that are there and just like hating for no reason, especially when you gain more success. Oh, I have a better question.
I can answer that question though.
Okay, go on.
All right. How I deal with it is I'm very neutral with everything.
Yeah.
I think it's taken me a very long time to get to this point.
Yeah, I feel like you don't react when like people say things.
I'm neutral with everything. I mean, even with like, if I get some love from people, and I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah.
But I'm neutral. Like,
yeah.
If someone says a comment, I'll just say thank you, or a smiley face, or if someone says something negative, I might just delete it, or I'll just reply back. But nothing like Meredith. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, God bless, like, or I might just correct them. So that's how I deal with it. But it's taken me a long time to get to this point. Yeah. Because before I was just like, who are you talking to? Like, are you mad? But it's business. I don't care, man. It's business. Yeah. At the end of the day. So, yeah. What about you?
How do I deal with it?
Do you even get hate though? Do you?
I'm actually really grateful, because I feel like I don't really, but at the same time, I don't be reading my comments. Like, if I post a video, I'll probably reply for the next 20 minutes, and I'll go through and I'll like stuff, but I don't read comments because I kind of feel like it gives me a bit of anxiety. So it's bad because I can't read good comments because I don't want to see a negative comment kind of thing. And even though like I feel like I'm mentally strong, I just don't want to I feel like I don't want to be criticized, because when I'm speaking from my heart. Yeah. If it's like a hair tutorial or makeup, whatever, I don't really care. Like, judge me, whatever. But if I'm actually giving value and I'm like, this is actually taking me like a long time to think of this content, and I'm putting it out, and someone says, oh, but this, but that, I'm like, it kind of hurts me a little bit more. So I kind of don't really read it, but I don't really get that much negativity. Only on YouTube I get like those guys that are just like that hate women. No, that's just YouTube. They're just doing the YouTube, but like YouTube comments are like next level, because you get people from all like everywhere, and most people that comment hate on my videos are men, because they hate the fact that I'm actually empowering women. That's what I notice anyway. It's funny, the hate that I'll get from women. Really? Yeah, and I uplift women, but I get hate from women. Really? Yeah, I get Why?
Hate from women.
What do they say?
I don't know if it's because like they've been in, I don't know, a situation with their ex or with a man, so they just hate men. Okay, so when they see me talking positively, they're just like, they always pick on something. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like my latest video, I had a picture of 3 different women. One was white. I wasn't even thinking of colour, but one was white. One was like mixed race, light skin, brown sort of colour, and the other one was white. And then out of the 200 something comments, she was the one person that said something like, oh, out of all the women, you're saying we shouldn't be like them, but they're all white. But I'm just like, wait, what? Like,
was she white?
She must have been, if she was, you know what I mean? But I'm just very confused, because when you watch the video, it's uplifting and more. I was just like, you know what I mean?
Feel like everyone always watches videos personally, and they all feel personally attacked, even though you're not even conscious of that. But you can't please everybody at the end of the day. Well, the next question I was going to ask you, I know this is your like video. I'm like, I always get into interview mode. I think we've spoken about it before, but you said that like you don't have that many UK supporters.
Yeah, I don't.
Why do you think that is? Because I'm even thinking I do. But I see how stuck up some British, especially black people are about supporting their own. And like, I feel like, do you know the Shade Borough? Yeah. I don't really follow them. I don't follow them at all. I've ended up on there a few times. But, it's like, they can't wait to like tear people down, and especially from people from the UK. And I don't know what it is. I actually don't know what it is. Why do you think that you don't really have that many?
Well, I know the main reason is because when a couple of my videos went viral in different countries. Yeah. So the main place that went viral was the US, and then the UK, and then other places. Yeah. So it just happened. It just kept on. It's like a snowball effect.
Yeah.
Once one video went viral here, it just kept on going viral in the US.
Right.
And then obviously because of our accents, they really like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that was just a bonus.
Yeah.
So that was just the main reason. But in terms of when I post myself on social media, Instagram and Twitter and stuff, no one's really supporting. You get me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not begging anyone to do it, but
no, but you just notice those things, innit?
Yeah, you notice, and I'm just like, you support this person that's talking about how to. I don't even want to say it, but you won't support someone that actually
is making a difference and being positive. Yeah.
But like I said, we just have to be grateful for the people that actually, show.
Do you know what UK people are like? They're like, we know about you, but if we see you in person, we'll act like we don't know you.
Yeah. Oh, mate.
We'll act like,
mate. I get that all the time.
Yeah. It's like, I know you know me, and it's not even being big-headed, but it's like, I know you know me. Just calm down and just say hi. Like, just be normal. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. I was asking my friend, and he was like, "Oh, the clubs these days, everyone stands in the corner," and I feel like that is the UK personified. Like, everyone's just like by themselves. So I love my UK supporters, but I also know that there's some that are just like.
Boy, I ain't got any, so you talk on
I feel like you probably do. I feel like you probably do.
A small percentage. That's why I want to go over to the US and just like when I go over to the US, it's gonna be definitely be a vibe, man. But,
you want to show them your milkshake? You want to show them your milkshake?
Did I tell them I was going for a milkshake?
You didn't even tell them.
Listen, this is not sponsored yet, but Creams has probably one of the best milkshakes
Creams
ever.
has the best food ever.
Listen, oh my
literally.
God. What did you have in mind though?
What, mental health? Yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, how do you deal with mental health as it relates to social media?
Damn.
And do you struggle? Because I find that a lot of people that do social media have really bad mental health. So I'm thinking, is there a correlation to social media and mental health? Do you think there is?
Oh, there's definitely. Like, even in terms of what we said before with comparing yourself with other people. Yeah. A lot of people kind of go to that next level in terms of comparing themselves and really putting themselves down and answer themselves if they worth all this and all of that stuff. I think everybody's kind of done it at one point. Maybe not to a certain level with others, but... What, online or in real life? In real life as well, not even just online. Yeah. I feel like when it's online, it's enhanced. It's enhanced. Yeah. That's the reason. Isn't it? Yeah. But in real life, people do it on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, naturally, because I would say that I would never... in real life, I rarely compare myself because I don't really know the people's life. I don't mean... If I see someone on the street or I see someone at an event, all I see is what I see there. But when you follow someone, you follow their life, you follow what they're doing, you see what they're doing, you see who they're hanging out with, you see their relationships, and it's just a bit too much. I think, like, I don't think it's natural for us to be in each other's lives as we are on social media. Because if you think about it, social media is basically like a family. True. Like, some of us speak to people online more than we speak to our actual real life family. So it's like, social media has become, for one, I feel like social media is like a high school. It's like high school. So, in high school, you have like the different levels, the popular people, the nerds, and you have whatever. I feel like it's that. And sometimes social media can be quite, like, especially like influencing, can be like quite cliquey. Yeah. Which I was going to ask you, actually. Do you feel like you have a clique? Because I'm like a floater. I feel like I just float everywhere. I don't even think I'm a floater. I just... Stay to yourself. Keep to yourself. Yeah, I've come to terms with everything. After I went to like some not a small event, I went to an event. Yeah. Some motivational event. And it really hit me. I was getting to a point where I wanted to not have a clique, but I wanted to kind of be around other people that are doing the same thing as me. Yeah. Which is good. You want to be in the same sort of environment as successful people. Yeah. But what I've come to learn is a lot of people on social media are not as real in real life, or they're not doing as well as they going on, like, what they're doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I've come to terms with just kind of being by myself. Yeah. And that's just me. Do you think that you're naturally introverted? Because I think you are. I am. Yeah. 100%. So is it hard to... Oh, we can talk about that, because I'm sure there's a lot of people online that are quite introverted. How do you deal with How do you deal with being an influencer as an introvert? Knowing what your goal is. I feel like once you know exactly why you want to be an influencer, you have to come out of your comfort zone. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of what hit me. if I want to reach millions of people and I'm an introvert, I need to know this is so much like a bigger reason for why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, if it's just for money, I promise you, there will be moments where it's just like, I don't want to do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
But when you get emails, and I know you get a lot of emails as well, some of them you're just like, oh, raw, like,
this is actually real.
Yeah, this is real life. Like, people are really going for it, which will then motivate you to step out your comfort zone. And you're still going to be introverted.
I feel like you do it for the people more so.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
100%.
Because I actually came to a realization the other day, like, what I do is not my job, it's actually my calling. Like, this is actually my real life purpose in life, you know? So, like, when you start thinking about it like that, even if you want to be selfish and you want to isolate yourself kind of thing, you kind of can't. But what do you think about, like, people that want, like, what advice would you give to people that want to become an influencer? I would say know what you want to, like, know why you want to become an influencer. Because if you don't, you end up doing anything. You'll literally start compromising yourself and all this kind of wild stuff, doing wild stuff. And like, it's like, who are you? Actually, number one is know who you are. When you know who you are, you know who you aren't. So therefore, you're able to stay in your own lane. I think a lot of people be swerving. I stay in my lane. Markel stays in his lane. He ain't trying to do cooking. I'm sure he's a good cook, but he ain't trying to do cooking. He sticks to fitness. I stick to women, empowerment, like female. That's my audience. So I feel like know who you are so you know who you aren't. And when you know who you aren't, you can stay in your own lane.
Definitely. That's literally, like, that's one of the main things I would have said as well, if you want to be an influencer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And just knowing to yourself, if you want to make money from doing it, that's all good. There's nothing wrong with that. But just know to yourself, if you bring more value than you're thinking of just the money, the money will come.
Will come, yeah.
It will come. It might take a few years,
yeah,
but it will come regardless. So
when you think about adding value, when that's your focus and not the money, like you said, it will come. Because I always bring it back to, like, people like Bill Gates. He wasn't thinking, I want to become a billionaire. He was thinking, how many people can I service? How can my product service as many people? Same as Steve Jobs. You know, same as the most wealthy people in this world actually provide service and they actually add value, which is what we are 100% all about, you know. And when you start thinking of, when you start adding value to people, naturally money is like there. It's like, how can you not add value to people and money not come?
I'm telling you, it will come. 100% it will come. But if you want to become an influencer, do not focus on the money. I swear to you, like, don't make that be your drive. Yeah. Because you will burn out when you don't make any money. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And especially in the beginning stages, you ain't really gonna make that much money.
Yeah, you won't. You won't.
Period.
Even from YouTube as well. Won't. I would say maybe from the middle of 2019, that's when I started to make a decent amount of money.
2019, that was only last year, guys.
Last year. That's when I only just started to make a decent amount of money.
And how long have you been on YouTube for?
Since 2015. Well, so it took, January 2015.
So it took him 4 years to actually make money from YouTube. Yeah. But he didn't stop. He was still banging out content, still adding value, still helping people, and then the money came eventually. So if you want, like, don't be focusing on the money. Trust me. Like, focus on your passion, what you're passionate about, and focus on how it's gonna actually help other people. You know, and I think that's the key. And also, not only will you make money, you also feel happy and at peace while you're making money. I'm telling you. There's nothing worse than making money but you're unhappy. What's the point? I'd rather be broke.
You're not true to yourself. You're lying.
Yeah, you're lying.
Some different persona of yourself. And then when they see you in person, it's just like, wait, that's not you. Or you're not loud.
That's the worst thing. And that's the thing that I always made sure that sometimes I even felt like who I was online when I first started, who I was online was less of who I actually was. I was more myself in person. Yeah. And then I also found that was the opposite with a lot of people. They were less themselves online. No, more themselves online than offline. Yeah, I started to feel like these people are fake, man. But I also understood that a lot of people are introverted. That's why they can sit behind a camera and talk to a camera only, but they're not really great in person. And I had to really understand that, because I feel like I'm like an introvert extrovert, so I have a good, like a middle balance. But when I want to go away, I'll go away, but I can actually do the outside thing as well. But that
is so true, you know.
Yeah,
I didn't really see it as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really see it as that shit.
Because you're only literally talking to a camera and you're like, yeah, I'm so confident, guys. It's like.
But I've had people say to me like, oh, I can't talk in front of a camera. I just feel it feels awkward.
It feels weird. They're usually the extrovert. They're usually people that are more people. Because extroverts get energy from people. Introverts get energy from being by themselves. So yeah, makes sense.
Bloody hell, mate.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, just know why you want to do it, innit? Just know why you want to do it. You know what I mean?
Over here, but
whatever, guys. Her Instagram is gonna be on the page. You know when you go onto YouTube videos, they always say that like their Instagram handles right there. No, it's gonna be right next to her name. Her YouTube channel will be in the description. You can check out her videos as well.
Yeah, man. Just stay true to who you are. Like whatever you're doing, even if you're not an influencer, like, even if you've got a regular job, it's the same applies. Just be yourself.
100%.
Stay true to who you are and don't compromise for anybody.